If you're considering teaching English in Vietnam, then you may be wondering how the job market is here right now, and if now is a good time to move to Vietnam. Well, in this video I'm going to be covering some of the reasons why this might be the case and giving you specific examples so that you can see for yourself and make that decision. Hi, this is Alex from Ninja Teacher, and let's get into the video. I'm here on Nguyen Hue Walking Street, and behind me you can see the Cafe Apartments building, which is an old apartment building that turned into a building that now has cafes and restaurants. Pretty cool, looks awesome. So let's chat about the first and most obvious point is that schools are open again as of this year. So you just have to drive around the city to see that all the English centers are open. That's where a lot of the jobs are these days. And all the public schools have started again as of September. It's the new school year, and lots of foreign ESL, that's English as a second language teachers, also work at public schools. So that means there are a lot of jobs now. And yes, not all the English centers made it through COVID, some closed down, but the ones that got through are now running again as usual. And then the next thing is that schools are not only reopening, but there is a huge growth in the English education sector in general. So I'll give you a few examples of this. There's one English center company that already has dozens of branches, and they plan to open almost double the amount that they already have in Vietnam within the next year or two, I believe it is. So we're talking about a huge growth in the number of actual English centers, that's physical locations that they're opening throughout the country. Another example, there's a new English center that's just started up. They already have 2 centers and they plan to grow, I think, to like 20 or more centers in the next year or so. So these are just a couple of examples of the things we hear being in the industry about how big these companies are planning to get and grow. And these are all companies that hire foreign ESL teachers, by the way. So they may have Vietnamese teachers as well, but all of these companies definitely hire teachers from abroad, native English speakers. So this does mean more jobs for foreign English teachers. Getting some pho for lunch. This here is the statue of Ho Chi Minh with the City Hall behind me over there. And then there's the information I've got from talking to schools directly and hearing from them how much they need English teachers. And all of the schools I've spoken to recently have told me the same thing, that they need teachers and that there's a shortage of well-trained ESL teachers in Vietnam right now. I've also heard that there are schools that would previously only hire English teachers with 1 or even 2 years of experience that are now hiring first-time English teachers because they just can't find experienced teachers. Which means if you're a first-time teacher, you could potentially get in the door at a company that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to get into. There are plenty of English centers that hire first-time teachers though, but they are looking for well-trained English teachers. So that is the caveat here, is a lot of the schools are saying, yeah, we get applications, but a lot of them are not well trained. They haven't got any classroom experience. They haven't taken an in-class TEFL course. And that's the thing about getting a job in Vietnam. Schools want teachers to already be able to teach when they hire them. And they're willing to hire first-time teachers, but they really want to see that you have the initial skills that you need to be a good English teacher. And that's why it's so valuable to have taken a TEFL course with in-person practical hours, practical teaching with local learners, as well as classroom teacher experience. Schools really do value that. And then another thing is those that are taking our in-person classroom TEFL program here in Vietnam are getting usually multiple job offers when they finish the course. One thing I'll add is that just because there are a lot of job opportunities doesn't mean that schools aren't selective about who they hire. You do have to be professional in the way you present yourself. You do have to have an understanding of teaching ESL methodology. You have to have some classroom experience, or at least be ready to jump into the classroom. Schools expect you to be able to start your job and step into the classroom and teach a lesson. If you don't know how to do that, they probably aren't going to hire you. And the salaries combined with the low living costs mean that you get to live a really good lifestyle here as an English teacher. And you have to put in the work as a good English teacher. And that includes the investment that you make in yourself as an English teacher, the kind of training you take. And schools definitely know the difference between taking an online course and an in-person course. And we do have our own online course, so it's definitely possible to take an online course and get a job. But I will say that right now schools very highly value seeing a teacher that has the actual classroom teaching experience and ability, and that's going to put you ahead of a lot of people that don't have that. So at the end of the day, the schools are going to hire who they want to hire, but if you have the skills and the ability to be a good English teacher, then you can land a good teaching job, earn a good salary, live a good lifestyle in Vietnam. So that's some information about the job market here in Vietnam right now. If you are interested in teaching English in Vietnam, you can check out our programs at ninjateacher.com. Otherwise, stay tuned for more videos about life and teaching English abroad in Vietnam. And I'll speak to you soon in a new video. Leave a comment below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.